Hey guys, this is Cody with Selectel Wireless. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to use the Refox machine, the laser engraver, and it also helps take off the adhesive for back glass, so you can get back glass off of phones like iPhone 15s and up to get the adhesive off, so you can take off the backs a little bit easier. But right now we're just going to show you how to engrave some stuff on some cases here. So, as we got our case. I'm gonna flip it around this way, and then we can find our image. What you're gonna want to do is take a flash drive, plug it into a computer, and download any type of JPEG image that you want to etch on your case. So we've already done that. So we're gonna plug this into the Refox here, in their USB port. So now it's loading the device, the USB. Okay, so now we'll be presented with this. We're just gonna ignore this. The way I do it is I just go up here to File, and then import or export image. So our image, I named it for this video, and we're gonna want to import it over, which I've already done, so just redid it. And then we can click on our image here, and then open. So that's the image that we're working with today. That's what I'm going to etch onto the case itself. But if we check here and press infrared, we can look down and see the laser. It just kind of outlines where it's going to etch. Obviously that is way too big, so we have to resize it. And we can resize it here using this. It's just like cutting an image in like Paint, Microsoft Paint or something, you know. So we can shrink it, and then if we click on these 4 arrows here, we can flip it just like that. Okay, and then we can hit infrared again, and it's still too big. So we're gonna have to shrink it some more. We'll hit stop, and then we'll kind of just shrink it a little bit more. I think it's probably gonna be around that size probably, and then kind of line it up. We can recenter it using this button here, then hit infrared again and check where we're at. Okay, that's not too bad, but I kind of want it sitting a little lower on the case itself. So I'm going to hit stop, and then this window that we had pulled up, the transform window, we can just hit the arrows there and it'll move it. It'll slowly move it downward. So just keep mashing that button. And then we can check it and see where it's at on the case. Infrared. That's not down enough to me, and it looks like it's a little off center to the right, so we're going to want to go down more and left. We can also grab the image and pull it like that. Infrared. It's a little closer to where I want it, but I want it a little bit more centered on the case itself, so we're going to hit this button, bring it up a little bit more. That might be more than enough. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna move it down just a little bit more. Alright, it's looking a little more centered. Just a little bit more. Let's try it right there. Okay, yeah, that looks centered. Alright, so now that we got it lined up, looks perfect, we can hit this print button. First I'm gonna close out of that, and then we're gonna hit print. And it might take a second, and then you'll see it start printing. There it goes. Okay. And don't worry if you see it smoking a little bit, it's not going to start on fire or anything, it's just, it gets a little hot. when it shows up in a kind of brown color. It actually looks pretty nice on these black cases like this. It's burning in our little lines. It's got the stars already in there and everything. Now it's just burning in the bars. We have the exhaust fan on, so it's just sucking out all that smoke as soon as it gets created. So you watch to see right there, this will quit working. The working tab, it will close out when it's finished. Give it a second. And see, it's gone. So that means you're done. Oh daddy. So now this time I'm just going to put a Selectel logo on one of our cases here. And I showed you how to pull up an image in the earlier in this video. So it's the same concept, except we're just using the Selectel image instead. So what we're going to do is just make sure it's lined up. And it looks good. So we're going to hit stop here. And then we're going to hit print. And just like that, it starts printing. So when we did couple passes, I think it's going to do 3. The more you do it, the more passes you have, the more the image comes up a little bit better. And so now it's done, and that's how you put a Selectel logo on a case.